This show is part of the Recovered Life Network. Check us out at recoveredlife.tv.
Recovery Rocks is going to be this podcast for you mothers out there and you women out there to know that you're not alone. You know that being a mom motherhood is rough. It's rough, I have 3 teenagers and it's getting at that time where they're starting to drive now. We get busy with their lives with, scheduling, appointments, laundry, housework. All that stuff gets added up. And then we get that mom guilt when we want to take time for ourselves. But recovery is so important that we need to put that first.
Who says recovery has to be boring? This is the Recovery Rocks podcast with Kelly. The show that proves you can get sober, find yourself, and create a life that's bigger, louder, and better than you ever imagined. And now, here's Kelly!
Welcome to Recovery Rocks with Kelly. I'm so glad you are here. Woo! A little bit about myself. I am 11 years sober from alcohol. Was it easy to get to where I'm at? No, it was quite the struggle, let me tell you. But recovery is possible. I am a mom. I am a mother. I have 3 beautiful teenagers. I have a wonderful husband, and God has blessed me with a beautiful family. 11 years ago, I was chasing an illusion of control. Today, I am chasing clarity. I am a mother of someone who has spent a long time trying to survive my own reflection. Now I'm using my voice to show other moms you don't have to survive alone. This is the reason why I'm doing this podcast, because I want to reach out to other moms out there, women, to know that recovery is possible. You can do it. You can get sober. You can reach sobriety. A little bit about my drinking career in the past. About the age of 29, I had liver failure from alcohol. Yes, liver failure. I was hospitalized from drinking too much. This didn't happen just overnight. This happened from, time and time elapse. It'll probably be, from my teen years of drinking here to up until my adulthood, drinking during the week to the weekends to binging every single day. I used it for anxiety. I used it for stress. I used it for panic attacks. I used it just to get out of self. And next thing I know, I needed to have it 24 hours. My body was craving it. I didn't want to drink anymore when I was in liver failure. However, my body was craving it all the time. Even when I would try to stop drinking, my body would shake and shake and shake. And I just had to have the alcohol to just feel normal. I literally could not even get out of bed without having a drink to even function. It was the most scariest, darkest place I think I've ever been in my life. When my family had seen how sick I was, and I didn't like being told that I was sick, because alcohol to me was just like, ugh, I'm not sick, but my family kept saying, you are sick. You're a sick person. Alcohol is making you sick. I'm like, I really don't drink that much. It always was like a denial lie I was telling myself. Always a denial lie. Well, they had enough of me, and I pretty much had lost my apartment, my salon, my car. Everything was taken away from me. Nobody wanted me to live with them. So I went into a biblical program that was a year long, and I found God again. And it was very spiritual. And I'm happy that I did that program because it did save my liver for that year of being sober. But when I got out of the program, I did relapse. I did not have the tools when I got out of like staying sober, relapse prevention. I didn't know what else to do when I got thrown back into the world. So I found myself back into AA. I tried AA before, and this time I was like, I'm really going to do it. So I went back to AA, got a sponsor, and I decided to do the 12 steps. I started working the steps. And it was very enjoyable. I did like the 12 steps, but then I procrastinated and then I butt heads and would do the steps up until step 4, but I did not want to do that fourth step. I did not want to do it. I did not want to do my moral inventory. I didn't want to go back to my past, and I didn't want to have to share all that stuff with somebody I didn't even know. It's my personal business. I don't want to have to dig deep into the dark where I used to be and talk about it. I would relapse because I wouldn't do my 4th step. I would relapse because I wouldn't do my 4th step. I finally did my 4th step. It took my sponsor probably about 3 hours. We went over it. I wrote it all down and then we burnt it in the fire. It was like the biggest relief. Like, I don't know, like 100 pounds was just like lifted off my back. Maybe like 500 pounds. My recovery grew in AA, and I began to love the community of AA, and I became sponsoring myself and had sponsees, and I could see myself in these sponsees. I could see where I used to be, that closet drinker and hiding my drinks and drinking so much that I just couldn't even get off the floor of the bathroom. I felt their pain. I felt what they were going through. I knew the feeling of not wanting to go back there. It's hard. It's really freaking hard. I had the longest was like 3 years and I relapsed. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I don't know what's going on. So I decided to go into a rehab program, a rehab program. And that's where I had a counselor. That's where I learned about relapse prevention. That's where things really took off. And I kind of got more of an understanding of awareness of my addiction. After I got out of rehab, I did 8 weeks of intensive outpatient treatment. That was awesome. I really learned a lot through that. And then I did recovering coach certification after that. And things really started to take off. So that kind of leads me up to where I am today. And I do attend AA still. I do the in-person meetings. But I started to get bored again in AA. The meetings kind of got boring to me, and the stories and the same people. So I decided to go online, and TikTok, I decided to do a platform for Recovery Rocks, make my own thing with music and videos, having fun with that because I love rock and roll and I love all that good stuff like that, you know? And then I was on TikTok looking at people's lives for recovery. And I came across Damon Frank's Recovered Life, and he was doing live TikToks. And I'm like, this guy is really cool. He's got some awesome stuff. He's so knowledgeable. He is so funny. He cracks me up. And he just was like, grew on me, spiritually even. And he would have people come up and talk. And I'd be like, I'm not going up there. No, I kept declining the box. I'm not going up there talking. I'm too scared. Okay, one day I finally did. And I was so happy I finally did. So personally, I got to know Damon very well. And he has just changed my life. So he's got this recovered life going. He got the website. He's got the app going. And we got, I became a member in it. We got meetings going. We got events going. We got community going. We got people going. And everybody is so helpful in every way possible. And that's why in my first podcast here, I just want to give a shout out to Damon Frank for all his help and encourage me and, give me the confidence to do a podcast and to start one and just to get my voice out there. Because clearly God put him in my life for a reason. And I truly believe that God puts people in your path for a certain reason. Recovery Rocks is going to be this podcast for you mothers out there and you women out there to know that you're not alone, that being a motherhood is rough. It's rough, I have 3 teenagers, and it's getting at that time where they're starting to drive now. We get busy with our lives with, scheduling, appointments, laundry, housework, all that stuff gets added up. And then we get that mom guilt when we want to take time for ourselves. But recovery is so important that we need to put that first. I want to be that, being a fully present mom, being that mother in recovery to me means learning how to show my kids what resilient actually looks like. It means breaking that generation patterns in real time. So I want to share in this podcast. I want to encourage you, empower you women out there and moms, things that we're going to go over in episodes coming up, the dangers of women and drinking, women can't drink like men. We just cannot. I had liver failure. It's damaging to the body. Women just cannot drink like men. We'll talk about that later in episode. The mommy wine culture, normalizing alcohol as a parenting tool. These wine culture, mommy getting together, having play dates and thinking it's okay to drink wine and have these play dates. Impatient parenting of active addiction. Are you that mom that's actively drinking and being impatient with your kids? I talked about before hiding your drinking, closet drinking. Are you that mom that's hiding your drinking that needs help? That's what I'm here for. I want to help you. So this podcast is going to be all about that, encouraging you to let you know you are not alone. And I'm going to be here fighting for you as a cheerleader for you in any way possible. There is still so much of life ahead of you. There is still joy waiting for you. There is still hope. And if you're willing to take one step at a time, you'll be amazed at where those steps can lead. Thank you for letting me be part of your day. Thank you for trusting me with your time. I am so honored to walk this journey with you. This is Recovery Rocks with Kelly, a place where women don't have to pretend. A place where we are healed. A place where we can grow. A place where we remember that our past is not our story. But it's not the end of it. Until next time, take care of yourself. Give yourself grace. And remember, recovery rocks because hope is stronger than fear. I'll see you next week.